So what are quadrilaterals? Okay. There's a group of shapes that these are classified in, and you will know them. You will know them. What is this shape called, Nick? What is its name? It's a square. We can identify a square based on angles and lengths. A square, all lengths are the same. And so if we have to prove something is a square, we could find the distance of each of these and they're the same. Okay? And that will prove that the object's a square. What is this? And also these guys have 90 degrees. But having 90 degrees does not ensure that it's a square. Okay? Because we have a other shape that has 4 sides and has 90 degrees. Harrison, what is this shape right here? What is this shape right here? Harrison.
Rectangle.
It's called a rectangle. How do I know it's rectangle? How do I know it's a rectangle, guys?
Two lengths are the same.
Both two lengths are the same. So this length and these lengths are the same. And then you have 90 degrees angles there. And that's a rectangle. Then we have this shape right here. Jenny, do you know what this shape is called? Do you know what this shape is called there, Jenny?
Parallel rectangle.
Parallelogram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a parallelogram. And how do I know it's a parallelogram? Parallel, what does parallel mean? Parallel means the two lines are going the same direction and will never meet. They will never meet. Okay? So this line here is parallel here, and this is here. So we could prove that this is a parallelogram, that the two sides have the same slope. And same length. So you could find out the length must be the same, but to distinguish between a rectangle and a parallelogram, you would have to calculate the slope. And the slope of each of these sides are the same, and therefore it's a parallelogram. And you have to be able to prove the shape using mathematics. But right now we're going to identify just the different properties of these ones. Okay, continuing on, we have a couple more shapes here. Bruce, what is this shape right here? What is this shape here called? Looks like a diamond.
Kite.
Pardon me?
Kite.
Looks like a kite, yeah. And this angle will be the same as this angle, and this angle will be the same as this angle. This is given a special name. It's called a rhombus. Okay? It's called a rhombus. And to prove this, all sides are equal. Okay? All sides are equal. And then opposite sides are parallel. Okay? So this side is parallel with this. So we know how to calculate the slope. We could find the slope and we could calculate the distance. You'd have to do two calculations there. Okay? And that's called a rhombus. Continuing on, we have we have the other shape. And this is what Bruce said before. Okay? What is this there, Bruce?
Kite.
Yeah, this is called a kite. A kite, you fly it in the sky. That's what a kite looks like. And you can identify the kite because it kind of makes some triangles in here. Okay? This would be 90 degrees. But a kite, these two, well, how to say, lengths are the same. We call that adjacent lengths are equal. They're in pairs. So this length will be the same as this length, and this length will be the same as this length. Okay? And that's called a kite. And then our last shape that we have here, all these have four sides. Okay? So what a quadrilateral, quad means four. The last one we have looks like this. What do you think this is called? Have you seen this shape before? It kind of makes two triangles in here. Does anyone know this name? For this guy right here? This guy is called a trapezoid. Okay? A trapezoid. It has two sides, how to say? No sides are equal. Okay, this is not equal, but we have two sides are parallel. This will be parallel to this guy here. And therefore, you need to, the success criteria for today is you need to be able to name the shape. Okay? You need to be able to draw the shape. You need to be able to draw. If I say draw a trapezoid, you should be able to draw a trapezoid. And then later what we're going to calculate in our next class is we're going to prove the shape and know the key properties of them. Okay? And one of the key properties of quadrilaterals, okay, and things like that, we'll do that, and some equations that we need to prove. You can prove a square by lengths. What is the distance formula? We can use the distance formula. It's d2 minus x2 minus x1 squared plus y is 2 minus y1 squared square root. So we can use the distance formula to prove. What other things? Oh, slope. A parallelogram, we have two signs that the slope is the same. So an equation that we would need to prove is slope. Slope equation is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we have to do slope, we can use that. Other equations that we know are midpoint. Midpoint is x2 plus x1 divided by 2, y2 plus y1 divided by 2. That's midpoint equation. Another equation is if I want to find 90 degrees. If I want to prove that these are all 90 degrees, what you would do is the slope of one side, to figure out this 90 degree slope, it will be the negative reciprocal of that one side. So this is an equation there. And we can use those equations for proving that if it had 90 degrees, that something's perpendicular to each other. So these are the different names and the objects that you need to be able to draw for quadrilaterals. And quadrilaterals have four sides.